I have no idea why this happens. I swear to God. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Awesome. Hello, everyone. How are you? I'm not sure what happens with my stuff. I swear. So, good morning. How's everybody? We are on a wonderful 8 a.m. Well, 8:04 a.m. here in Lima, Peru. Uh, I um I was able to sleep a little bit more yesterday, and you know, I know we're on a time crunch always, but I'm gonna be taking it a little bit nicer, okay? Because if my body can't continue, then there is no progress, right? So yeah. Anyways, problems as always to start the day. Problems. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the only problem that I have is that we need to get rolling the um the cross chain swaps, but I am now finished with what I wanted to show yesterday, so I can take it a little bit easier, be more calm because I was stressing out. I was trying to finish so many contracts at the time that I just didn't really have enough time to kind of simmer it, right, and realize what I'm doing. So, um, yeah, I have now completed like an objective yesterday, so we're good with that. So yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna continue coding now. Um, One thing that I actually had an issue is trying to optimize raw, and we had a pledging, and we had also tax mechanics in it that I said were needed. But I think to implement the tax mechanics on the token transfers, and I talk with this with the AIs. I don't think it might be a good idea, because um, I just I don't know. I mean, the original concept was that we have to tax everything because then it's easier to kind of get our taxes, right? But we also come into a problem where people don't want to move their assets, and that's just not a good thing either. So it makes a little bit more sense to tax when there is an action done uh, rather than taxing just a transfer, right? So I think this is beneficial for the Rahold hodlers because now you will be able to do transferring without suffering the 2% tax on it. If you ever want to spread the token around or move it, whatever you want to do, you're now not going to be losing 2% every single time you send it. So I think that's a good thing. Also, the previous token was made with some compilers that have been with a compiler that has been now upgraded. So I'm trying to make sure that I have everything correct. And I'm trying to optimize the gas, cutting everything that we just don't need. We had a reentrancy guard on it because we were doing we were basically saying, hey, the RAT token can now be frozen and people can, resubmit and we have an issue. But now we kind of don't need it. And I just realized that. And the same thing for CIT. We just don't need the reentrancy guard, right? So I think, in that regards, I have to update, I guess, the CIT token again, just to remove that one little thing. I mean, I don't have to be honest, but I might just do it because what is like? There is no purpose for it, right? Like we're trying to save gas. Even that tiny bit can add to gas, and we just don't need it. So I'm going to be upgrading CIT one last time to get rid of that, and I'm going to be dropping raw with the updated functions as well. So that's pretty awesome because that means that you have a token that is a streamline just to behave as a token, right? We don't need anything special on it, and raw is gonna be amazing because again we're only deploying that on each chain little by little, right? So that we make sure that our assets are safe across chains, right? Just in case a chain goes down, we still have our raw in chain or another. That was the purpose of raw. So, um, moving forward now, this means that I have to, and I guess these are problems. I have to upgrade the merchant offices, the lending also, And not only because of RA, but because of the fact that we are also need to um, change our stuff so that we work with ICP. So that's going to be, my God, now I slept well and I feel I want to yawn. Like, what the heck? So yeah, anyways, we have to make sure that everything's good to go, okay? So this means government contracts, merchant office lending. So all of that code that I did is not going to waste. I just gotta adapt it, and I have to double check it again for optimizations to make sure that we're good, right? So I'm gonna do all of that, but first, what I'm gonna do is so now we come to the present. What I'm doing. So today, I just fixed the CIT, so it didn't take too long. I just gotta redeploy it. I fixed RA now, like the most streamlined token for the usage that we're gonna get. Like, I'm gonna drop it today. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna launch the liquidity pools. Okay, so first liquidity pool is gonna go for RA. I have to read a little bit more on it though, because there's a version 3 LP for Pancake. Okay, and they're about to release a version 4. So to get the best of the best, why not, right? Let's just use the V4 and let's all be happy, right? So yeah, I'm going to be using V3, and as soon as they drop V4, we're going to be upgrading the liquidity to V4, because I think it's even cheaper now to do transactions between in the liquidity. So I think our token is just fantastic. Like I said, we're streamlining it. We're not adding all the stuff that we had before. The same thing for CAT. So it's just gonna be better. It's gonna be way better, right? For gas, for making sure that it works correctly. It's gonna be much better. And then aside from that, another thing that I'm working on is basically, oh, I gotta do the airdrop, right? So I think it's not that many, so I can just literally send it to people, and there's no tax now, so it's even easier. I don't have to be calculating the tax for a single transaction. So everybody should be getting what I posted on the Telegram. Okay, so there should be no problems there. And then we're gonna tackle the reward system. So throughout the week, I'm gonna be, probably putting on Telegram to see what you guys think, and if everyone's okay and nobody says, it's a wrong thing, then we can go ahead with it. Other than that, I think it's a significant change for the positive not to have the taxes. We don't have burning and minting mechanisms on the tokens, which I think is great too. More secure, right? We're trying to aim for security, so that's great. Now, another thing, and finally I can unveil it to you guys. Oh ho ho, is what I'm working on. Are you ready? Dun 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 dun. Blam! Welcome to Saturn Dex, managed by Nina. So, this is actually now working straight up on ICP. Isn't that amazing? It is literally straight up ICP. So the website, I'm sorry if I yawned, because I slept 7 hours, I swear to God, and I'm still yawning. So the website actually, this is a secret, and I couldn't unveil it until today, because yesterday this is what I had to submit, basically, because I was in a competition and I didn't want, I'm trying to keep my what is this called, my secrets, right, until I'm able to unveil them, to make sure that I'm good to go. So yeah, so this is what I'm working on now, which is Saturn Dex, but it is being managed by Nina, which means that we are now having this website running on ICP, which is crazy. Trust me, I think it's pretty cool that we can do that on ICP. And we can, it's super simple. Like right now, we're still working. Like, just to do this, trust me, like, it took a while. You might think that it didn't, but it did. And we're about to enter, so let's go ahead and enter. And it's gonna say, there you go, 100% on chain, internet computer. This came from a template that I had, because I was trying to figure out how things work and whatnot. And you already know how it is when you're a developer, right? So then I decided to add the connect buttons. Again, it's super simple. There's nothing crazy going on, but behind the background, this took quite a long time because I was like, I had to read documentation. I had to adapt the front end to make sure that I can connect. I've never connected a Phantom wallet, but it is what it is. And then there were errors, and you might, I will understand if people don't understand the fact that this looks so simple, but yet it is not simple. Okay, like it is not simple at all because each thing has its own documentation. Phantasma has its own documentation, its own way of doing things. VSE has its own documentation, its own way of doing things, and Solana has its own way of doing things and its own documentation. And even then, the documentation might be broken. And I was having issues where MetaMask and Solana just didn't want to cooperate with each other, so I had to find out how to fix that. So yeah, so if I connect now to Phantasma wallet, boom, I already connected Phantasma, so just to let you know, because you're gonna see, oh, but it didn't request for you to sign in, and yeah, I know that's because I did that before stream, because then you're gonna see all my poorness in my coins. So yeah, I have this done, and it is showing also the blitz balance, which is basically the smart contract that we work with in Phantasma to show how much balance you have to perform a blitz, which is basically a cross-chain swap, or a cross-chain token standing, basically. And I think blitz swap is what I call when you actually want to do a swap. But right now we're just showing the balances, and right now it's 0. We're on testnet, so that's pretty cool. So it says, well, I connected successfully, which is fine. You can put the amount of kickout. Like I said, I'm just literally testing at this point. But you know, I've managed to already do this, so the rest for this shouldn't be hard. The hard thing, and so let's first connect to VSC testnet. Again, I already connected it, so you see my VNB and the address, and then the Phantom wallet, and you see that, right, Solana. So right now I'm connected to these 3 chains at the same time here, okay? And so what will happen now is that if I want to work on a controller, basically, if I want to change from one place to another, I'm gonna need a nice UI that allows me to say, hey, I want to change from here to here to here to here, and you can go ahead and boom, 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 change it, change it, change it. So it's gonna be super crazy, right? Because you've never seen anything like it, right? It's basically like a controller of chains. You can say that, and you can control all your assets. You can within this website, you can do whatever the heck you want with your tokens, right? But not only that, is that I'm making it so that you can also do things with NFTs or any other type of assets that you have. We're talking liquidity pool tokens. We're talking about I don't know, freezes on freezes. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that we can do with this, basically, right? And Nina can help you with that. The best thing about this, of course, is that it is not only based on this. I'm also gonna work with an AI to perform automatic stuff if you want to, and trust me, it is the best way to do it. On the back end, we're saving all this stuff, so we're able to log on different places. So it's pretty cool. It's like a really cool tech that we're working with here. So what is the future so far is basically this week. I really hope with all my heart that I can finish this. Okay, like I said, the only issue that I have right now are a couple of things. One is talking between a contract to perform a swap on Pancake via the smart router that they have. And the other problem that I have is actually doing a token transaction via the EVM RPC canister on ICP. And the other problem that I'm having is communicating with a server outside of the realm. This is so that we can do AI services. So these 3, I'm like 99% done with them, basically. But there's just 1% that I just can't figure out on each of them. Like each of them is 99, basically. I finish those. I fine tune it. I work it, learn it, see how it's working, test it, and we can unveil it for public to test it as well. So it's pretty cool, right? I think doing this should be relatively, hopefully easy. Okay, if it's not, it's because I don't know. I'm having some issues where whatever whatsoever. So um yeah, I think it's gonna be really cool, guys, and I can't wait for people in Phantasma to use it, and for you guys to use it between VSC and the chains that we expand to. Obviously, the only token that will be managed or allowed across chains is gonna be CIT. Okay, CIT, like I always mention, is gonna be the powerhouse that allows people to move intrinsic value from one chain to another. We have to do a reward system for LP providers, so I will have to figure that out how we do that in each single chain, or if we do that via ICP. I think if we do via ICP, it'll just be easier. So yeah, we have to check all of that, and I think it's gonna be fun. And then Ra has not changed. Ra will be whatever we decide to put in each chain. That's where Ra will be. We won't do the same thing that we're doing with CIT with Ra. So do not expect for Ra to be brought from one chain to another via the Nina system. Okay, this is only done via CIT to make sure that Ra is protected, because remember, Ra is very powerful, so we cannot allow Ra to be compromised by anything other than just literally whoever holds it is responsible for its Ra, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for that. As soon as I finish with this, hopefully this week, let me check my calendar actually. I gotta make sure that what I'm saying is what I'm saying. So no, actually I have 2 weeks. Because I was expecting for this to be done on the August 2nd, and then I will start with the government and rock contracts and all of that. But I already did the CIT contract, the rock contract, and so yeah, I guess I'm really good on the time right now, right? I gotta just make sure I finish this. So I got until the 2nd of August to finish this, work around with CIT, and after that I gotta work on the government and merchant offices contracts, which, if you remember, I said it was gonna be by the 3rd week of August. So I have way good amount of time to finish all of this. I'm very happy. So and I already done most of it, which is another thing too. I already done most of it. It's just a matter of changing it. So hopefully I can do things quicker, okay, and just finish it quicker than doing it by the 3rd week of August. Will be nice, right? I think that'll be great. I think everybody will be happy. Passport system will have probably to go through. We'll have to go through a migration, okay. So if you own a passport, I'm gonna have to get your details, and I think we're gonna have to do a migration and a reassessment of how a passport works, because ICP kind of costs money to do stuff on it, and we can't just have southbounded tokens. I know it sucks because the costs really go high if we don't do centralized infrastructure in ICP. Because again, we pay for all the cost, right? The developer pays for all the cost. The user doesn't pay for the, right? Unless the developers allow for this to happen. And I have to do it because imagine trying to keep track of all the transactions that happen and then we have to spend money on that. Like, that's crazy. So I have to reassess and revalue how we're going to have the government, how we're going to have the what is this called, the passport system, and how we're going to do the merchant offices and lending. That's fine. That will be in it in every chain. That's not a problem. The only problems that I have is that I have to bring the government, the passport system, and I think that's it, right? The government, the passport system. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. That's the only thing I gotta do. Just the government and passport system. And I have to make it super secure so that we don't have any issues with it. So yeah, just those two I gotta bring to ICP. Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something. Gotta bring the passport, government. I don't have to bring the merchant office. Neither the lending. I feel like I'm missing something. Well, anyways, I think that's all I can think of for now. So yeah. Anyways, we're in good track. If you don't see a liquidity pool for ROT right now, don't stress out. Everything's fine. I'm not gonna run with the tokens. I'm just literally trying to solve the last streamline for Ra and CIT. And I will be deploying the token on BSC as it was before. As soon as I deploy that, along with the new CIT contract, we will have the liquidity pool set up as well. And then I will figure the airdrop either today or tomorrow for those who already owned it, and then the reward system for those who deserve to be rewarded for holding Ra and CIT. Okay, and also to start pumping our users, because we need to start doing course and stuff. So if you have any ideas, you can put them in the Telegram channel. I'll be make sure to read them. So yeah, we keep on moving forward and make sure that everything's good to go with us and what we're doing. So pretty much it. Anyways, thank you very much, guys, for watching today's live stream. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I figured out what the problem was with X, by the way. The problem was that I forgot to pay it. But now it's fixed. We can now live stream again on X. Anyways, take care, guys. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you tomorrow. Again, same time, 8 a.m. Lima, Peru time. Peace. Bye-bye.